Hi, I'm Selena. Welcome to the CoreFit lifestyle. Come do Pilates with me. This is your anytime, anywhere Pilates mat abdominal workout using minimum props. We're going to begin by getting our heart rates up in the squats. The head follows the ball. Obliques are working to move the upper body but not the pelvis. So you want to be keeping the rotation centered. In your mind, you're moving the ribs but not the hips. So the movement is happening from the center of the body. Shoulders are always anchored in the back, head is always drawn up long, and keep that squat low so you keep your heart rate going up. Turn the chest in line with the ball, hold the hips, keep it going. Little faster, activating the heart rate, challenging the obliques, slide that rib cage along the pelvis, go right to left. Chest follows ball. Major burn in the obliques and the abdominals. Squat jacks. Challenge yourself to touch the floor with the ball by bending the knees, not by leaning forward. Hold your spine straight up. Think of a long line moving up from the crown of the head, connecting to the ball. Pull up on the arches, activate the pelvic floor, set your hips in place. A long cantilever, the resistance of the ball adding resistance for the obliques. Plyometrics, bring up the heart rate. It's always good to keep your heart rate up whenever you're target training because it does bring you more into a fat burning zone, which is going to bring the result to the area that you're focused on. Trying not to swing the back. When you come up over the opposite shoulder, you're holding with the oblique. Hold. Try and get as high up off the ground as you can, low down as you can in the squat. Fast movements bring a heart rate up. Hold. Shoulders are anchored down in the back. Now we're going to activate the upper body, making sure to keep the shoulder anchored in your back as you press into the ball, reaching the top arm all the way up over the air. You're drawing long through the side body and pulling that bottom rib up and away from the ground as you move into those rotations. The navel pulls to the spine, rotate from the rib cage, chest facing the ball, press down into the bottom shoulder. Holding the hips but moving the upper body. Torso training. This is how to shrink the waistline. Major control, major focus. Chest follows ball. Keep it going. And bringing the length to the other side. Shoulders anchored down in the back. Press into the ball. And lift up from that bottom rib, creating the rotation from the center of your body. Pull up the navel. You want to be moving the ribs and reaching up from the navel. Pulling the chest toward the ball, pressing the shoulder into the back. Full body control and exhale to return. Exhale to rotate, inhale to lengthen and open. Moving to the mat. We're going to be using the resistance of the band to rotate through the torso. It's not the shoulder that lengthens the band, it's the rotation. You're holding one end of the band steady with the top arm. The rotation stretches the band. Keep squeezing the ball between the knees to set the pelvis in place. You're already in a scoop, navel to the spine. The lower back is looking for the mat. Your abdominals are fully activated. But we're really targeting the obliques as we move into that rotation with resistance. You set the top arm to hold one end, the other end is pulling with the rotation. We're going to be using the band as a sling. What's important? Keeping the feet down, holding the weight of the head in the sling. Just the lower back on the mat. Rib cage is rounded over, no neck. Letting go of the neck. Rotate from the armpits. And of course, the ball between the legs helps you to set the pelvis in place. And the rotation happens in the ribs. Exhale to rotate. Inhale to return. Turning off the neck is a very intentional, mindful practice. Just keep reminding yourself. Keep it soft in the neck, and the core will hold you. Your arms carrying the weight of the head. Moving into that long lever to add resistance to the lower abdominal now. Shoulders stay off the mat. Opposite armpit to knee. Reach long through the legs, add that resistance. And the small ball adds resistance as well for the inner thigh. So you're getting a full package deal on this one. Opposite armpit to knee. Exhale to rotate. Inhale to come back and lengthen. And reminding yourself to turn off your neck, moving from the armpit. Crossing one leg over the other adds resistance to the lower abdominal. Keep lifting and tilting that pelvis opposite armpit to knee. We have the band anchored under the shoulder that stays fixed on the floor. One hand is in support of the head. It's really important not to work your neck. Keeping the work on the abdominal and the oblique. Lengthening the leg adds resistance as you tuck and tilt the pelvis backward, moving the armpit, shoulder, working on torching that waistline. And every time you move into the rotation, your top arm is activated by the resistance of the band, but we're not using the shoulder to pull, we're moving the torso. So the center is working against the resistance of the band, and the lower abdominal is working against the resistance of the top leg. Keep tucking and focus, no neck. Exhale to rotate, inhale to release it back. We are using the small ball underneath the rib cage only as a prop. So you want to feel it rolling as you open through the top rib. You think of the armpit opening up to the sky. Keep the shoulder anchored down into the back and try not to load the bottom shoulder. Really focus on using the center of your body, all those muscles that wrap around your midline to activate the rotation. In this side plank, we're going to be pressing into the top foot, pulling the shoulders down into the back and moving up through the side waist. The bottom waistline zippering up away from the ball. And this is a great opportunity to get a nice stretch. Pushing the big ball away, keeping the top elbow over the air, anchor down in the shoulders. Top knee is locked down into the floor. Exhale to move the ribs up away from the bottom ball. inhale to reach over the big ball. Keep anchoring down in the top knee so your pelvis is not moving. You're fixed. The ribs are moving. The waist is working. Obliques. We pulse and keep the legs heavy on the ground, shoulders anchored in the back, reaching long. Press. Adding resistance to this rotation. The ball rolling around underneath you, but your goal is to keep weight off of the ball and out of the bottom shoulder as well, so that we get the body weight to act as resistance for that waistline. Moving from the armpit, elbow stays fixed over the ear. Focus the rotation in the ribs and use the resistance of the band to pull. Shoulders anchor down, top leg is working. Lift and zipper that bottom waistline up and away from the ground, pressing into the top foot. Get long. Anchor down in that bottom knee, keeping the pelvis and legs fixed. It is all happening in your center. Think long. Reach, exhale, long. The breathing following the movement. Nice and long, nice and slow. Major muscle activation. Lots of muscles working together here, just to hold your body in this position. And we have a great opportunity to get a nice stretch, rotating from the ribs, chest, shoulders. Drop into it. Turn, release, and breathe.